Hey there, everybody. Hope you all are doing well out there, having a nice weekend. It's great to be with you for another live stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to start off with a Beatles number. Alright, yeah, it's great to be back playing some music for you all. Truth is, I really love playing, so these live streams are a great excuse for me to make a little music, to practice, keep my chops up. And I always enjoy seeing the messages from folks all over the world. So let us know where you're tuning in from. And it's always nice for us to read the comments and see where everyone's listening from. So that was a Beatles tune, and I'm going to play an original piece of mine now. This tune is called Flow, and I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a fun stream this evening. I do have a special guest coming up real soon, so stay tuned for that. Here's Flow. Happy days. It's good fun playing that song. I always enjoy it. Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what I've been up to over the past few weeks. I headed out to California and I had some great shows out there. I had some sold out shows, which was really, really good fun. I started the tour in Bakersfield. We had a great night at the Crystal Palace, which is Buck Owens' venue that he built. And my friend Carl Verheyen came out and played along with me and brought his band, and we all played lots and lots of notes on the fingerboard. Carl Verheyen is a session guitarist from LA and plays with Supertramp and a lot of wonderful people. And then I went out and played in a prison in the San Bernardino area, and that was very special. I played for a large group of male inmates, and then I played for a group of female inmates, and they had a bunch of good requests. The first request I got from the female prisoners was Eric Clapton, and then the second one was Black Magic Woman, and it was so much fun playing for them all. They were a great crowd, and very special moment bringing music into the jail like that. And then I went to Orange County area and played in Mission Viejo and then in Santa Barbara, and they were just great shows. And my parents came in from Australia, and they still are here actually, so that's pretty special for me. And with my parents, we drove all the way across the country from from LA to Nashville via Montana. So we went up to Montana and then down to Nashville. And this will be maybe the last live stream I do from my studio here in Nashville, because pretty soon my wife and I are packing up and heading to Montana. I'm moving to Montana. So there's a bit of an update from me. I hope everyone's having a nice summer out there in North America, and a nice winter down in the southern hemisphere, down in Australia and New Zealand and all those beautiful places. So I'll play another tune, and then I'm going to get my mum and invite her into the studio. She's going to play a little ukulele along with my guitar, so that's going to be good fun and pretty special. This song is a tune called... I gotta decide what to play first. It's a tune called Byron's Bounce. How about that? That sounds like a good one. Buddy Nova says, gonna be a dental floss tycoon. Yep, exactly right. Just like the Frank Zappa song. Moving to Montana, gonna raise up a crop of dental floss. I'll have to cover that song. Here we go. There we go. Good fun. Well, are you back there, Mum? You want to come out and join the stream? My mum's visiting from Australia. We're from New South Wales, which is the state. There she is. She's bringing her ukulele around.
Yeah.
And just pull the chair over. We'll just make sure you're in the frame. And yeah, we hail from New South Wales area, which is the state. Kempsey is the town.
Yeah.
Temerod is the more specific region
Yeah.
where the Robinsons hail from. How are you, Mum?
I'm great.
Having a nice time
I'm
over
having
here?
a great time over here. It's very
Yeah.
special for me to be here with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really special for me to see my mum and my dad. Dad's watching in the kitchen in there on a little laptop,
Yeah.
tuning into the comments. So say you g'day to Dad in the comments if you want. So we're gonna play some beautiful songs for you all. I think we might play this one first. What do you reckon,
Yeah.
Mum?
Sounds like a good idea.
This is a beautiful song written by Julian Lennon called Saltwater Wells in My Eyes. I'm just going to adjust it so I'm not blocking my mum from the camera. Let me move this chair a little bit. Whoops. I want to bang this old guitar up. Why don't you move your chair over this way just a
Yep.
little bit, Mum?
Is that better?
I think that should be good.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
One, two, three, four. Take one.
I'm a bit rusty.
I'll do one. Do the chorus. flat again. Nice one, Mum.
I was a bit nervous.
You don't need to be nervous. We're all friends here.
All good.
It's a bit different being in front of the camera rather than watching it.
It
from
is very
the other
much.
side. Well, let's do this one. Whoops. Drop the music.
This one?
Yeah, we'll do that one.
Yep.
We're going to do a Townes Van Zandt song now. Try and get down.
Yep.
Trying to stay out of
Sorry, mate.
your way on the camera. All right, this is a bit of White Freightliner Blues by Mr. Townes Van Zandt. Going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? New Mexico ain't bad, Lord. People there, they treat you kind. New Mexico ain't bad, Lord. People there, they treat you kind. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? I'm gonna take one. It's bad news from Houston. Half my friends are dying. Well, it's bad news from Houston. Half of my friends are dying. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? I'll take one or not. Well, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my brain? Do a tag, G to F. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my brain? One more time. White Freightliner, you steal away my brain. Good fun.
That was so much fun. Thanks, Joe.
No worries, Mum. Stay up there. We're going to
All right.
play a few more. We do have a virtual tip jar for anyone who's just tuning in. And the virtual tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. And it should be a pinned comment there as well as in the chat. I remember when you used to come to Nashville.
Yeah.
And this is way back when I was about 18, 19, I used to play in some of the bars downtown there. I used to go and bar hop. So I became friends with all the musicians who played down there. And I'd go to one place and I'd say, hey, it's me, Joe. And they'd say, all right, Joe, get up and play. And I'd play a song. And then I'd go to the next place and I'd say, hey, it's me. And they'd get me up to play. And they loved Mum because, you know, she'd be over here with me in the early days.
Yeah.
And they'd say, Mrs. Robinson, will you take the tip jar around?
Yes.
And so Mum would go around with a tip jar and carry it around the bar, and everyone was quite generous.
They were lovely. They were lovely to me.
Yeah, we have lots of good memories of coming to Nashville, and it's kind of bittersweet leaving. I'm bearing farewell to Nashville. It's been a wonderful city. It's treated me very well, but it's grown a lot in recent years. As we were downtown yesterday, just scoping it out, and boy, there was just a lot of people down there. A lot of bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
and the bars were all overflowing. So it's a pretty special music community here, I would say. So anyway, we're gonna play another song, aren't we, Mum?
Yes, we are. Which song would that be?
Well, we could play maybe a little bit of this one.
Beautiful.
Why don't you tell us a little about your ukulele?
Well, this is a beautiful Cordoba uke. It's got like a low G string up here.
Cool.
And I play with a few people back in Australia. And we, meet once a week. And I also play at my work. And I play with my colleague Trevor. And we sort of jam and get a few of the residents playing, percussion and drums. I'm really a drummer that plays the uke. But anyway...
Mum's a good drummer. Sometimes
Yeah.
we have the family band going, and that involves my sister Claire playing bass, and Mum on the drums.
Yeah.
My brother Simon plays guitar, and Dad plays a little didgeridoo and banjo, and Toby plays also bit of banjo and didgeridoo a little bit. So we all have a good time playing music together, don't we, Mum?
We do. It's really great. We haven't really done it that much because of COVID. We've missed out the last couple of years, so it's lovely to be able to travel again.
Yeah. Yeah, when we did... Well, let's play Streets of London.
All right.
This is a beautiful song written by Ralph McTell. Let us know in the comments if it sounds okay. Have you seen the old man in the clothes down the market, kicking up the papers with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, they're loosely by his side. Yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me that you're lonesome? Say for you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. seen the old girl who walks the streets of London, dirt in her hair and her clothes in her eyes. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home into carrier bags. So how can you tell me that you're lonesome? Say for you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Cafe at 11:15. The same old man is sitting there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour as he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me that you're lonesome? Say for you the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something to make you change your mind.
Beautiful. Like that song.
Nice job, Mum.
It's got a lovely message.
Yeah. Nice melody.
Has
nice
indeed.
chords. Nice message. Whoops. Has you got anyone you want to say hello to back home?
Well, I'd like to say hello to Macleay Valley House.
Yeah, g'day Macleay Valley House.
They've had a bit of a tough time with lockdown due to COVID, but I'd like to say a big hello to David, one of the residents up there, and my sister Pamela back home in Australia.
G'day, Auntie Pamela. It's hard to go into much more detail because you're bound to forget someone.
I know, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Let's play a little Dock of the Bay. What do you say,
Okay.
Mum?
Sounds good.
Sitting in the morning sun, sitting where the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again. I'm just a-sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Nashville, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I've had nothing to live for, and looks like nothing's gonna come my way. I'm just a-sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to. I'm sitting here rest in my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. It's just the 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Now I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Do the whistle.
Thanks, Joe.
Nice one, Mum.
Thanks for having me, everybody.
No worries. Everyone loved it. I'm speaking on behalf of the
I hope so.
of the folks tuning in out there.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Mama. Well, that's a pretty special thing. It's very special for me getting a jam with my mum. We don't get to do it very much because, as I said, she lives over there in Australia, and yeah, it's a long way away from where I am right now. I think I'll play the song that I posted a lesson for on YouTube this morning. The song is Amazing Grace, and it's in the key G major. And like I said, there's a lesson on YouTube if you want to check that out. Very, very special song. So let me know if you have any questions out there. I always try to kind of do a little bit of a Q&A out there. I know a lot of the people that tune in and listen to my music are guitar students and guitar players, and I always try to share any ideas that I find to be really helpful and really useful and that I've seen help a lot of students. So if you do have questions, let me know. I want to address one comment that I saw at the start of the stream. It was a fellow who said, "Much love to you, Joe." Something to the effect of, "It's summertime. We don't need to be watching a stream during summertime," or something like that. And I think it's really important for us to remember that it's not summertime everywhere in the world. We live in a big world, and the wonderful thing about the internet these days is half of the world is experiencing winter right now. So there you go. One of the joys of being a musician has been traveling around to different parts of the world, playing in places like China and different parts of Eastern Europe. There's lots of memorable moments spent playing in very colorful places, quite different from the kind of places that a lot of folks are tuning in from. And I always fills me with joy to see people in different countries sharing the same joy and passion for music, and especially this wonderful instrument, the guitar. Because I'm very passionate about the guitar because it's a little orchestra. It's just 6 strings, and you can carry it anywhere you go. There is really so much possibility, so many possibilities, and so much we can do with this instrument. So let me read some of these comments and see if there's some good questions there. And also, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Jimmy Buffett. Yes, sir. It's from John Rhodes. Speaking of that, how about summertime? I'll play that in just a moment. That's a good call. The way you get across those chords is fabulously smooth, Joe, from Brett. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. That's a lot of trying to stay relaxed when we're playing. Trying to play the minimum amount of pressure. Tennessee Waltz. That's a great song. I don't really have a good version of that worked up. Is your hand as big as a baseball glove? I don't really know how to play baseball, so I don't know how to answer that. I do have large hands, but for anyone who's trying to play my songs and does not have particularly large hands, there are countless amazing guitar players who do not have large hands. So we got all kinds of strengths and weaknesses as people, and I think it's about making the most of them. And you never know someone's weaknesses. You never know someone's story. All we know is what we're dealt, and we do try to make the most of it. That's at least how I think we ought to think about it. A good question from Ryan. How do you incorporate those blues riffs with the chord progression from a theory standpoint? That's a great question. So that's called playing through the changes. And a lot of jazz musicians will talk about playing through the changes in terms of going from like a 2-5-1 and playing kind of through those chord changes. But I think a great way to learn to play through the changes is with blues music and with Dixieland music, songs that have kind of a strong blues kind of underpinning. So if it gets too jazzy, then it can start to lose the bluesiness a little bit. But if you take a song like Sweet Georgia Brown, it goes from E7 to A7, D7 to G, So that's a good chord progression to work on playing solos over. So if we kind of play over E, and then A, and D, and G, E, A, D, G, and I have a lesson for that song and many songs that are kind of really great to approach in this way when learning improvising on my Guitar Synergy channel. So if you go to my website, joerobinson.com/courses, you'll see a link to my Guitar Synergy channel, and there's hundreds of videos on there. And there's also a section where you can post a video of you playing, and I'll watch it and make a comment, make some suggestions, that kind of thing. It's quite interactive, and I encourage you to check that out if you want to kind of go deeper into the way I feel it's most accessible to approach that kind of a soloing, learning how to solo like that. All right. And I do have a new series of courses that have been very popular with people, that are a series of left-hand exercises and right-hand exercises. And I do these constantly. They've been a great companion to me for years and years and years. They're easy to learn, they're easy to play. There will be a challenge, but it's not going to require hours and hours of playing to learn some complex thing. They're just really simple exercises that are really great for our right hand. And even if you're a fingerstyle player, learning how to alternate pick well is going to be just a great exercise in motor control. And with the left hand, it's just these exercises are so simple, but they've really been the kind of foundation of my technique on the guitar. And technique is an important thing when we're playing, because if we don't have good technique, then we can't express the music that we feel. So I really believe in having a strong technical foundation, and I always felt that classical music was incredibly beautiful and incredibly melodic, and I've been very influenced by it. But classical technique is a totally different ball game to playing the guitar cowboy style, kind of like this. So if you are not a classical player, then I think that my approach to technique is going to work really well for you. But if you're a classical player, then I have much respect, and I really admire beautiful classical guitar technique. It's a very different beast. And part of the reason I love playing cowboy style is because I love to play standing up. I love to walk around and play standing up. So anyway, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I'm going to play some more tunes. I see a request there for Affirmation, and I heard a request for Summertime as well. What was the biggest reason for the move to Montana? Less people. Beautiful nature. we go. Well, for anyone who's just tuning in, we have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams. If you enjoy the music and you want to leave a tip, thank you in advance. No pressure, no worries. But it's very much appreciated, anyone who out there who wants to leave a tip. I'm going to play Summertime now, which was a nice request. Are you using Martin strings? I use Ernie Ball strings. And the gauge on this little Gibson is 11 to 49. I use light strings on this guitar because it's real old and it doesn't have a truss rod. But usually I use a 12 to 54 set with a 14 on the high E. This guitar has 11s on it. 11 to 49. Summertime. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, then you'll spread your wings and you'll tear to the sky. But till that morning there ain't nothing can harm you, with daddy and mommy standing by. North Temagog is watching. Awesome. Thanks, John. Smoke on the water. I'm just trying to read through these comments. Would love to hear Caravan with some banjo rolls through it. I can do a bit of that. Good fun. Something like that anyway. Chris Stapleton starting over. I don't know how to play Chris's songs. We wrote a couple of songs together many moons ago. Chris Stapleton and I. He's just a lovely fella. We wrote a couple of songs, but I don't know where they are. They're on the voice memos of my phone from 2011 somewhere. So that's unfortunate. Well, anyway, I wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Please take good care out there, anybody. And thank you to anyone who contributed to the virtual tip jar. I really appreciate that. And I hope to be back for another live stream soon. After this stream ends, I'm going to pack up my studio because I'm heading to a different state. Wishing farewell to Nashville. And thank you, big thanks to my mum for coming on this stream and playing some songs. That was real special. And I hope to be back with another live stream for you soon. Stay tuned to my social media channels. Stay tuned to YouTube, where I post lessons as often as I can. Check out my Guitar Synergy channel if you want to have access to a big archive of lessons with a lot of tab and different things there. And also check out my daily exercises courses that are brand new, and I've had really great response from those. All those courses are available at joerobinson.com/courses, and I'm very excited to make an announcement about some new music coming July 15th. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be releasing a new song. So I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching and listening. Be well out there. Take care. Cheers.